And we arrive at Scorpio. For the rest of March, this is a reading because the sun is ingressed in Aries, and because Jupiter will do so during the summer and eventually in 2023. I wanted the cards to show us what might come up for you that you need to pay attention to, whether things you hear, see, notice, feel, whatever. And so how that could impact your life in a very beneficial way very soon. So we're going to look at that together. I have a tree, it's a Wisdom of the Trees Oracle. So I wanted trees to show us the way, being the start of the spring. Let's look at their message for you, Scorpio. Oh, that's a beautiful card. I love that fruit. Pomegranate. I believe it was well used in Egypt, and I think it means fertility. But let's see what it says in this book. So the pomegranate, the key word is the inner journey. I am the fruit of the underworld. So fitting for you, Scorpio. And I will guide you on your inner journey as you enter the rich realms of your unconscious. I can help you to interpret your dreams and to gain a deeper understanding of the world around you. Use your intuition and instincts to tune in to the major themes of your life. Meditation will help you to still your mind so that inspiration can strike. That's interesting. This inspiration to strike, right? And creative visualization to help you to plan your life's path. So I'm focusing on, of course, the keyword inner journey, but the keyword underworld, unconscious, dreams, intuition, meditation, inspiration, and visualization. Let's get some tarot and see what they want to point at for you. There's a card that almost jumped out. The Eight of Pentacles. The Four of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Five of Wands and the Ace of Wands in reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have Strength. So you have 3 Wands cards. It's interesting, they're all in reverse. We start with the Eight of Pentacles. God, you're hardworking, Scorpio. Yeah. It's all like, it's funny. I have like, sorry. I can't get my thoughts to come out. The Strength card is right beside it, right? It feels like you're a strong worker. You're like a force at work, right? Something like that. I think you're extremely productive. I think you do more than your share, basically. And I think you really enjoy that. I think you get a kick off of that, really. Maybe it's because there's money attached to it. That's a possibility. And I don't mean to imply that you would do it solely for the money, but I think that if you're going to put in that much work, you do want it to pay off, and that's That's where you get your kicks, is the rewards, right? The results, the rewards as well. And all the better if you like the money and it's really lucrative for you. Good on you. And then these wands here. So it's really interesting. So you're a force at work, but when it comes to your home, which is the following card, the Four of Wands in reverse here. When it comes to home, it's almost like you ignore your home. You don't spend much time at home. Like quite literally, you live at work. Or you live through work. That's how it's coming through. Maybe your home doesn't feel satisfying to you. It could be a lack of stability, but what I'm sensing here tonight is much more, it's just not so joyful, right? It could be that your home is empty. You might be living alone, so it's not as interesting for you to come home than if you were living with someone or if you had a family. But that's only going to be for some of you, right? Otherwise, there's something about a lack of joy within the home. And not to point again that others that you might be living with are not good people, just to say that you are lacking enjoyment within your home. Maybe the reason is, so we have the Five of Wands here following that card. It's in reverse, which is a good thing. But it does feel, even if it's in reverse, I am sensing disagreements. It's really interesting. It could be others are not very happy that you're not spending enough time at home. So it's creating disagreements, and then it would only create like a vicious circle of you're not wanting to be at home if you're going to be greeted by a disagreement, right? So you're going to spend less time. The less time you spend at home, the more disagreements there are. That kind of loop, right? It's only one possibility. It's interesting because now the Strength card is coming in as well here. It's I'm hearing you need courage to face these disagreements. You need courage, and it's interesting. I also hear and sense that you'd be holding back from these disagreements, right? One way for you to cope is by staying sort of solemn, you know, like sort of unaffected, right? Not bothered. Not to say ignore, but simply unaffected is really the right word. But it's taking a lot of strength out of you, and it's taking a lot of courage, because especially if it's people that you are living with and that you love and that basically you share your life with, those disagreements are a pain point. It's difficult, right? So it takes a lot of energy out of you, and it takes a lot of courage, let's say, maybe not to blow up, not to, you know, maybe make the conflict worse than it is. Things of that nature. I'm also sensing here, so we're going to look at the Ace of Wands in reverse within the context of this situation here. I feel like it's really strange what I'm thinking, but okay, I'm seeing two different things. I hope I don't forget one, but I'm going to start with this, the second one. You know, this Ace of Wands to the 4 makes a 5, and then you have the 5 of Wands here. So what it's making me think about is to leave the disagreement. You're splitting the 5 energy, so you'd be walking away. You know, you'd be splitting the home from being solo. So it's like to avoid it's really interesting. So it feels like you would split, move out, and yet I'm saying this, and yet I'm going to contradict myself, but you'll understand why. The Ace of Wands is in reverse. So I'm sensing that you're not making you're not taking that new beginning. You're not taking it on like this, what I just described about the possibility of separating, you know, I don't feel like that you necessarily are doing it. Probably because you have ties to these people if you're living with people, or if you're living alone, maybe you have a lease that you just can't break, or a mortgage that you need to pay, right? Something that ties you to your home, right? That you just can't leave on a how do you say it? Just a headstrong sort of impulsion. You might also have like some money invested in your home, right? It might be being a mortgage, an investment that you just can't leave, or at least not quickly. It could also be that you're not taking on any new projects related to work as well. Being that you already are maxed out and that it's already creating commotion within your home life. That's another way of seeing it. There's something about you. Okay, I'm going to add one more thing and then I'm going to move to the angel number cards. If there's one particular person, right, that you are living with, and let's say your spouse, right, your partner, whatever. Again, if there are disagreements and tension, the 5 of Wands being in reverse, it's not open tension, but it's still being felt, okay? You might be, your couple might be suffering here. Like these 2 cards are showing me a relationship that is in difficulty, right? The union is in trouble, and there's a lack of attraction, and there's a lack of commitment, or it's starting to break away, crumble. But it's really interesting. I'm going to say something again about the courage. There's something about being resilient. There's resilience as well on the 8 of Pentacles, because the person is repeating the same motions and is very adamant about, how do I say this? Adamant about producing quality work and being reliable at doing so, right? Like people depend on him for this, for what he's producing. So there's something there about the notion of responsibility, right, to others. And that's emphasized by the Strength card, where you're the one holding things together. So you might be the provider, right? You might be the one, as much as you're being maybe quote unquote criticized for being too much at work, you are bringing in the money. You're probably the one supporting them, the household, like the paying for the roof over your family's head. Again, it's one possibility. It's not going to be for all of you, right? Take what resonates, leave the rest. But it could be the beginning of, or at least it's pointing to difficulties with your partner within the home. It's only one possibility. Let's get two. You get two. So you have 444 and 1414. So 444 says you are going to find happiness in love. You will find success in the things that you love, but you need to make an effort and put yourself out there. You are on the right path. Interesting. It's talking about, you know, you are going to, so in the future, about happiness and love, and, you know, it's interesting. Success in the things that you love. Put yourself out there. It's pointing to something that I don't feel it necessarily applies here, unless you were to eventually move on, which I don't think you're doing right now. 1414, you don't like inaction, but be careful of fatigue. That's the you at work there. You're like absolutely a workaholic. If something has been weighing on you lately, maybe this particular situation at home, remember you can change your reality to be what you want. You deserve a taste of happiness, which would be the Four of Wands upright if it were. But it's really interesting. I'm really equating the 444 card with the possibilities that an Ace of Wands upright would entail, right? Not that it is upright here, but there's something about being on the right path. I don't know, I'm getting a last message here about this Ace of Wands and being on the right path. I don't think you necessarily sense you're on the right path with the Ace of Wands in reverse. But it doesn't mean you're not, because sometimes things need to shift in order for us to, how can I put it? Sometimes you don't feel you're on the right path, but you are, right? Because things still need to evolve, or they still need to, some things might need letting go that are still haven't been released. But you are walking the right path, right? Already. It's just that it doesn't feel right in the moment because it hasn't been yet cleared, or, you know, maybe that's what it's describing here. Let me quickly go back to the pomegranate. Quick. You know, it did say use your intuition and instincts to tune in to the major themes of your life, which I find that your work and your household are two main themes in life for everyone. It's interesting. I didn't remember this, The message said, meditation will help you to still your mind so that inspiration can strike. And creative visualization will help you to plan your life's path. It feels like you might need to meditate more. And I don't think you're meditating at all at work. And then if you come home and maybe you don't have peace of mind at home, where you would have the time or the silence or the space necessary to meditate. Maybe that's why the Ace of Wands is in reverse. Because maybe if you meditated, then you would feel more, you'd feel maybe that you're on the right path. And I'm going to add something which is of my own, it's my own viewpoint, but I'm still going to share. Maybe if you were to take a bit more time to slow down, meditate more, maybe spend more time at home, who knows, maybe it would create more happiness and love, and mainly would make you feel more aligned, more in your power. You would feel that you're on the right path instead of trying to figure out if you are or not. I don't know. That's what I'm seeing for tonight. I hope it resonates somehow. Give me a share. Give me a share. Give me a like. Please share. Please subscribe. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate you. See you soon.